Hey guys, I'm trying to save you from a super long email, so just wanted to do a quick video. Our schedule change happens next week, so the announcements should be happening in every class this week. You can kind of just direct people to the schedule if you know what a change is and who is coaching it. Feel free to say that. If people have questions, comments, or concerns, they can obviously come to Megan and myself. We're just asking you guys to be as positive as possible. I want to touch base on the fact that I know there's several of you that are kind of frustrated with maybe a change or not having a class that you had before, and every single person on our team is undergoing changes and probably some sort of disappointment. And part of the beauty and the bummer, the blessing and the bummer of being a brand new space is that change is going to happen. And ultimately, myself, Megan, and Carl are looking at a really huge puzzle piece that not everyone can see, and we're truly trying to run a business. And I have been doing this for 8+ years in the athletic clubs and with the group exercise schedules and for multiple athletic clubs, and change is inevitable. And part of the change that's good about it is that it allows us to grow and then see what's working and see what's not. And that's partially this. So I am just seeing a bigger picture that we've got to change. I'm trying to keep people from having to teach certain back-to-back classes or days back-to-back. So several of you have made comments to me about, I'm so bummed about not having this class anymore. And I just want to tell you, I so appreciate that you take such ownership and that you love your regulars. And I want you to keep that attitude, but I also want you to keep a very humble attitude that we know what we're doing, and there is probably going to be maybe a little lull or a little panic in the change over the next few weeks. But if you just hang tight and just trust me, I promise that you're going to see some really positive changes from these changes. And those of you who have grown classes and are now on other classes, use this as a really positive opportunity that you get to grow another class. I have 2 classes off my schedule that I'm super bummed about not teaching because they were pretty packed, and we've all been there, and we'll all continue to be there, because that's just kind of how our business has to run. Our business has to run off of feedback, and it has to run off of change, and we ultimately hope to build 20 more of these things. And so we've got to figure out the secret sauce, and we got to figure out what works and doesn't, and that's a part of it. So just know that. Super appreciate you guys, and I know that most of you or all of you are being positive about this, but I just wanted to kind of reiterate that. We are bringing on 3 studio assistants. We technically will still have Mitch as kind of a studio assistant as well. With that said, you'll know all 3 of the people coming on, most of you will, and they're going to be a great asset to their team, our team. They take all of the modalities in 4G, so that's going to be really cool to just have their knowledge and understanding of the programs on board. They'll be predominantly at the front desk. They will have duties for every single shift, and they are absolutely here to support you, but it's not that you are now out of your cleaning duties or anything at the end. They're just there to help you get class started and answer questions and pass off new people to you and kind of be Megan and my right-hand person. Over the last 9 months, Megan and I have been trying to get all of our admin duties done in the midst of working our MOD shifts, and what inevitably happens is we are at the front desk and there's a lot of distractions and a lot of in and out of just everybody, and we don't get a lot done. So it makes for really long days because we have to do our admin after the hours that we're open and have already worked 8 or 9 hours. And so this is going to be a huge blessing for us because it just gives us additional support and gives us some time to actually get some things done while we're in the building. So that said, you're going to see Megan and myself a lot more in the back once we get these guys trained. And I want you to kind of look at that as almost like a do not disturb time, because that's our opportunity to kind of knock out the things we've got to get done to run the back end of the business. So we love talking to you and hanging out with you, but when we're on the floor, that's a perfect time to ask questions and get into combos. But if we're kind of in the grind in the back in that office, just be mindful of it, and then just make sure you say hi to all the new studio assistants. They're going to be awesome. We'll announce who they are once we get them fully through all of their paperwork, and I think you guys will be really excited, and they're there to have your back as well, so that'll be really cool. With the studio spaces and the change in schedule, we really, really, really need to make sure that you guys are here 20 minutes prior to your class. You are paid to be here 15 minutes before your class starts and 15 minutes after. And a lot of you are squeaking in right at time, and your studio has to be prepped and ready to go 15 minutes prior. So you've got to manage yourself and your time and get here. We are going to start documenting when people are not here on time, because it is crucial to our business and we can't lack on that. Megan and I are going to be traveling and out for teacher training, and I've got some leadership stuff going on over the next few weeks, so we're going to be MIA a little bit, and I really want to just trust that you guys have got this, and that I can count on you to be here when you're supposed to be here and get your cleaning task list done and all that good stuff. So just be aware of that. Also, with class times, just make sure you are finishing on time. We can't be running over. Like, I want you to run all the way up until 45, but you can't be going 48, 49, because we made a promise to these people that it's 45 minutes long, and we need to get them in here and then out of here. With the Flow Studio, we are working on the temperature. So for the AM girls, we're working on that. Well, one thing we would ask though is that nobody touches the actual temperature, because I think what's happening is it's sometimes getting adjusted because someone's like, oh my gosh, it's way too hot, or it's not hot enough. And so we don't have a way to see what is exactly going on with the temp, because every time we walk in there, it's like 82 and then it's 78. So I'm gonna work with facilities today and figure out where we're gonna set that at and have them come in and look at it. But if you can just do your best to not touch anything, that would be super awesome. I think that's all I have for you guys. I hope you have a great week, and happy fall. See ya.